manufacturing industry, considered the backbone of the Indian economy, has emerged as one of the high-growth sectors in the country. Aiding the growth of this sector is the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's ambitious Make in India program. Make in India aims to put a global spotlight on the Indian economy and promote it as a favored manufacturing destination. It is expected that India would become the 5th largest manufacturing country in the world by the end of 2020, with the potential of touching $1 trillion by 2025. The sector is expected to account for 25 to 30% of the country's GDP and create up to 90 million domestic jobs by 2025.
India has got its own manufacturing dream. And India wants to be a manufacturing superpower. And we all wanted, India to have 25% of GDP coming from the manufacturing sectors.
The Government of India has taken several initiatives to promote a healthy environment for the growth of the manufacturing sector in the country. The recent launch of the Goods and Services Tax has also brought in some relief for the sector, with a reduction in the cost of production, hassle-free supply of goods, and an ease of processes in the supply chain management. Over the years, several trade bodies and associations have advocated the cause and facilitated growth and healthy competition within the industry. One such is the Indian Machine Tool Manufacturers Association. Constituted in 1946, IMTMA is a single point of contact for the machine tool industry in India, with membership from nearly 500 companies from both public and private sectors. The association has committed itself to focus on issues of productivity, quality, technology, new product development, design, and customer satisfaction, with the aim of enhancing competitiveness of the industry in both domestic and overseas markets. IMTMA is proactive in taking new initiatives to promote advancement of metalworking industry in India. Comprising of large, medium and small-scale units, the members of IMTMA manufacture and trade in the entire range of metalworking machine tools, accessories and other ancillary equipment for machine tools and cutting tools and tooling systems.
IMTMA today is the single point contact for the Indian machine tool industry. IMTMA has 500 plus companies, a membership, who are into manufacturing wide range of metal cutting, metal forming and cutting tools, accessory, etc. The association is fully committed towards focusing on issues of productivity, quality, technology, new product development, design and customer satisfaction, etc. for enhancing competitiveness in domestic as well as overseas market. It is necessary to recognize those who have contributed to the productivity improvement in the Indian industry.
The IMTMA has laid a strong foundation for the machine tool manufacturing industry. Over the years, the association has facilitated increased competitiveness in the industry, encouraged adoption of enhanced technology, improved the standards of quality and productivity, while ensuring an overall advancement and growth of the sector. The Indian machine tool industry is a strategic segment of the manufacturing segment, especially for sectors such as automobiles, defense, railways, plastic machinery, medical electronics, and white goods. The manufacturing industry is contingent on the machine tool segment to achieve greater levels of excellence. Companies today are constantly being challenged to increase competitiveness in manufacturing, to increase their growth, reduce cost of operations, enhance productivity, and thereby build a sustainable competitive advantage. With the growing amalgamation of the physical and digital manufacturing worlds, technological advancement is fast becoming a key facilitator in this pursuit.
The Indian machine tool industry has played a very important role in this whole transformation in the last 10-15 years. India is one of the unique countries in Southeast Asia where bulk of the machinery is made in India, and especially at the component level, it has played a very, very important part. Indian machine tool manufacturers have adapted to the times, have come up with new technology, and I think this has supported this automotive industry in becoming competitive. I expect this competitiveness to continue for many, many years. It'll be not only in the auto industry, but I think the intense competition will move towards the other industries. People ask, how will India be a big manufacturing base, or when will Make in India really happen? Not just a slogan. I think the more competitive we get, the more we are better in quality, cost, and delivery, and we match China in quality, cost, and delivery. That's when Make in India will happen.
The Indian Machine Tool Manufacturers Association has fronted the National Productivity Summit since 2006. The annual event receives participation from the creme de la creme of corporate India every year. Some of the participants include the likes of Mahindra & Mahindra, Tata Motors, Hero MotoCorp, Ashok Leyland, Bajaj Auto and Bosch. This year, the two-day extravaganza will be held on the 4th to 5th August in the city of Pune in Maharashtra. The 11th edition of the summit will champion the cause of productivity and enhancing competitiveness in the Indian manufacturing industry. The event showcases the best practices in manufacturing through inspiring keynotes, live case study presentations, plant visits, and an award ceremony facilitating the best of the lot. The National Productivity Summit provides an exclusive opportunity to learn firsthand from industry leaders and veterans who use this platform to share their knowledge and expertise on various facets of manufacturing competitiveness.
Talking about Genesis, manufacturing companies constantly strive to improve competitiveness and sustain competitiveness. Mainly to enhance growth and profitability. Technology advancements, innovations, IoT, Industry 4.0, etc. are key factors in this process. Time to market has always been an important factor. The machine tool industry always felt that it is responsible for improving productivity and competitiveness in the customer space. Keeping this in mind, way back in 2006, the Indian machine tool industry put together this productivity summit, mainly to celebrate the productivity achievements and recognize the productivity champions.
I do believe that associations like IMTMA, CII, Component Manufacturers Association should tie up with NASSCOM to create an India 4.0, very much like Germany did when Chancellor Angela Merkel put SAP together to work with them. There are enough companies here who can work with us to help create an India 4.0. I have not seen a document, maybe it exists somewhere, which brings the IT and engineering skills together to create an India 4.0. I would like to see that. And I would like to encourage IMTMA and CII to cooperate with NASSCOM, use a consulting company to produce a document as a roadmap for the country.
See, how does one improve productivity, quality, delivery? Is by learning from others. You know, we can, any of these summits is a good sharing of information. You make friends, you learn from friends, you become competitive with your friends, say, I can do better, you can do better. But best practices, I believe, are one of the biggest motivations and biggest learnings which help you do better. And summits, I think, help towards best practices.
The National Productivity Summit encompasses two main components. The first keynote presentations from eminent personalities from the industry and academia, who through the summit share research and development on the concepts and practices on productivity improvement. The second is crowning the winners of the IMTMA Productivity Championship Awards that recognizes and rewards outstanding efforts and accomplishments in improving productivity in manufacturing industries.
The National Productivity Summit is a great event to facilitate learning of best practices to improve productivity in the areas of manufacturing. In the summit, case studies are presented demonstrating structured approaches to improve substantially the productivity. In the event also introduces new themes of manufacturing. Keynote and case studies are presented this time in the areas of smart manufacturing, which is also known as Internet of Things, IoT. The summit enables us to understand the needs and expectations of the machine tool users. Additionally, it gives us opportunity to discuss their problems and provide solutions.
IMTMA is organizing a National Productivity Summit since 2006 for enhancing competitiveness in the industry and honors the contributors of productivity improvement from Indian industries with Productivity Championship Awards. The Productivity Summit gives a unique opportunity to understand and learn from the experience of best practices of other companies. AS Micromatic Group has come forward to sponsor these awards. Different companies participate with their case studies and project on productivity improvement. These case studies and projects are judged by the screening committee and finally by the jury members of eminent professionals. The winners are crowned with IMTMA AS Micromatic Productivity Championship Award.
The IMTMA Productivity Championship Awards have become a hallmark of excellence and recognition of the best and the most innovative practices in the machine tools manufacturing industry in India. These awards have become a flag bearer of the productivity movement in the country. Enthusiastic participation from leading companies, sharing of experiences and best practices from across the industry, recognition of achievements and achievers, and stimulating enthusiastic competitive spirit have contributed to the tall stature of the summit and the awards.
Productivity Summit is one flagship event. We are proud to sponsor the Productivity Championship Awards. The award also recognizes the outstanding performers of individuals and teams. The summit enables us to understand the needs and expectations of the machine tool users and also provides us network to discuss in detail the customer's problems and find solutions.
The National Productivity Summit is a platform for companies to experience and cross-learn some of the best productivity practices which can be implanted in their own companies. IMTMA has been successful in setting high industry standards and instilling a spirit of healthy competition among manufacturers in the country.
The moment you say that we are into technology-driven engineering technology, and you start changing the paradigm by which you're manufacturing, I think you'll start to get different outcomes. I would very much like to see our engineering courses modified so that the IT or the electronics and communications department has a far greater role in the curriculum definition and change the way we think about manufacturing. It requires some really basic work, and I think with fantastic engineering companies like Tata Motors, like Bajaj, steel companies, successful in India, and having fantastic IT companies like TCS and Infosys and Wipro, If you put this together, you'll get a mixed vegetable curry which will play to India's strength. And that's what I would like to see. Let's not continue to rely on one or the other. And if you do this, it will become an engineering and a manufacturing career will become very interesting for young people.
See, this is something which doesn't happen overnight. It is something where you have to build on every day, every year. When you set up very tough quality goals, in the case of Toyota Kirloskar Motors, I'll tell you, our maybe 80% of our suppliers are 0 ppm suppliers. It's not 0 ppm just like that. It has happened over 20 years. We used to be one of the highest in the world in terms of ppm levels of all the global Toyota suppliers, but now we are amongst the lowest. And that is out of continuous hard work in looking at the details. When you start looking at 0 ppm, it is an issue of going into details. It's an issue of appropriate equipment, appropriate maintenance of equipment, appropriate tooling, and most important, appropriate skill level. You require human skill level, very, very high human skill level to get 0 ppm. It's not just machines.
With India being touted globally as a preferred and reliable manufacturing destination, it augurs well for the Indian machine tool manufacturing industry, global economic scenario, as well as steps taken by the government to impact the performance in the manufacturing sector in the short, medium and long term. Associations like IMTMA have succeeded in improving the industry's image and fostered an environment of enhanced productivity and competitiveness within the industry, paving the way for greater efficiencies for the sector.
So the main objective of the Productivity Summit is to enhance competitiveness in the Indian manufacturing sectors. So the summit brings together the productivity champions, young leaders, other people with aspirations. So it is not only a forum where ideas are shared and experience is shared, but it also becomes a place where the new ideas are generated.
And one must not forget, events such as the National Productivity Summit creates an ideal platform for cross-learning from the best practices and thus augurs well for providing growth opportunities across the manufacturing sectors.